The next main difference between residential mortgages and commercial mortgages is qualification. The biggest difference is that residential mortgages tend to focus heavily on personal income of the borrower, whereas commercial mortgages instead focus much more heavily on the net worth of the sponsor of the project as opposed to their personal income that they declare. In fact, many commercial real estate investors do not declare a lot of personal income, as a lot of their income flows through corporations. Now, the net worth that is required to qualify for a mortgage is, for CMHC, for example, is typically 25% of the loan amount. So, for example, if you are looking to apply for $1 million mortgage, then you need to have a net worth of $250,000, or 25% of that mortgage amount. If you're looking to apply for a construction mortgage with CMHC, then I would suggest CMHC will look for a higher amount of net worth. While there is no hard and fast rule for construction mortgages, I tend to recommend to clients that they seek to have a higher net worth to loan amount ratio than 25%, and 50% is a good rule of thumb. In addition, it's important to show a good degree of liquidity, which means a certain amount of assets that can be easily or readily converted to cash if needed. Again, this is specific for construction mortgages with CMHC. Now, when it comes to conventional lenders, the requirement for net worth is typically at least 25%, but often lenders are looking for that number to go higher and up to 50%. So I would say a range of between 25 to 50% net worth to loan amount is a good ratio for conventional mortgages. That ratio also varies deal by deal and lender by lender. Now, finally, where does income come in? Income really matters. Where the income really matters is from the property itself. And lenders look to see how much income the property is generating relative to what the mortgage payment would be. And what they look for there is what they call a debt service ratio. That debt service ratio is a ratio of income from the property, specifically net operating income from the property, relative to mortgage payment. So what the ratio that lenders typically look for, conventional lenders here, typically look for a ratio of 1.25 times. That essentially means that they're looking for $125 of net operating income for every $100 of mortgage payment that's provided from the property. That results in a debt service ratio of 1.25. Now, CMHC in their standard or traditional product looks for a debt service ratio of 1.3 for mortgages on a 5-year term and 1.2 for mortgages on a 10-year term. With the MLI Select program, CMHC has allowed a much tighter debt service coverage ratio, which tends to allow for higher loan amounts. And that debt service ratio is 1.1. In other words, $110 of net operating income for every $100 of mortgage payment.